So here is Getting to Know Me, number 2, part 2. If that makes sense. I have part 1. You guys can click here, and you can go there and check out part 1. So starting where we left off, the next question was, how did you get into modeling and where do you shop at? Well, I'm not really modeling anymore, but I was really into it last year. I got together with a modeling company for a little bit, a very, very little bit. Did a couple shoots here and there, and just some things went down, and a big old long story. But long story short, I retired, and I'm kind of on to new things right now. My favorite places to shop. I don't like to spend too much money on clothes. Kohl's is pretty cool. I find some cool things there for pretty cheap. H&M. I really love H&M in the mall. That's probably my favorite spot. And I actually went to 21. What is it called? Forever 21. I went there a couple months ago, and the guy section is actually really cool. I really dig it. So those are kind of the places I like to shop at. Love Makeup 211 asks, what state do I live in? I live in California. I lived in California actually when I was born till I was 7. Then from 7 to 9, I went to Washington for a couple years. Didn't like it. Came back, representing Cali again. Ryan T. Griffin asks, where do I get my Hans DeFuco from? Since I'm actually a part of Slick Hair TV, they just send it to me. But stay tuned because there's some big things happening with Hans DeFuco. I got off the phone with some of the main people that are ahead of that. For those of you who live in the US, might just be able to get it soon, so check that out. Nutty Burnett asks, if you were offered to travel anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Actually, I've been to Tahiti, and that was probably the most amazingest place I've ever been to. So I would actually go back there. And why? Because it was amazing. And here are the last questions. They're just random questions. I don't know who they're from. But this one asks, where do you live? Again, California. Southern California is where I live, to be exact. Have you ever had your heart broken? I just had mine, and it hurts so bad. Any advice? That's actually a really good question. Yes, I have had my heart broken. But for advice, I would just say, talk to someone. When I was going through my first one, I had my parents that I could really talk to. I had pastors that I talked to for a couple weeks, and they really helped me through it. I would just also say to interact with people, interact with your friends while you're going through this. The last thing you want to do is just you're going to be depressed, but the last thing you want to do is just wallow in your depression. So I would just say hang out with your friends a lot, man. Go around people who love you, that will lift you up, that will make you laugh, to take your mind off the breakup. I actually have a friend, and he's going through his breakup, and all he did all day, every day, was just sit in his room and just kind of weep and stuff, and I kept on trying to hang out with him. Unfortunately, he just spent the whole year just kind of laying in his room and doing nothing, not hanging out with any friends. One thing that I would say is you are not what you feel, but you are what you decide. So decide to make things better in your life. Decide to overcome and conquer and get past whatever breakup you're going through. It's easy to say, and I know that. I've had a lot of people talk to me, and it was very hard for me to listen at the time. When you love somebody like that, and you actually love somebody, the love doesn't just go away. When that relationship ended, I needed somebody, and that somebody was God, which I kind of took my focus off him while I was on that relationship, and I started gaining that relationship back with God again and getting close with him, and so that really helped me out. That's my advice on that. Hopefully you can get something from that. And the last question is, what's your favorite movie, and what movie are you looking forward to seeing? I got a lot of favorite movies. Of course, Star Wars. I grew up on Star Wars. I grew up battling in lightsaber battles with my friends. It was on. It was on. Actually, before that, I was really into Batman. I thought I was really Bruce Wayne. I was Batman. That was it. So I grew up knowing for a fact I was Batman, till one day I kind of got old enough to know that I wasn't him, which kind of sucked. But yeah, after that, I started getting into Star Wars. I was about 7 years old when Star Wars Episode 1 came out. Avatar was absolutely amazing. But I have to say, my all-time favorite is not just one movie, but it's 3, and that is Lord of the Rings. It's awesome. It's such a All three of them are absolutely amazing. That's my all-time favorite movies to watch. I can watch them anytime. So there it is, guys. We are done with the Getting to Know Me questions. This is part 2. You guys can watch part 1 by clicking here, somewhere right here. Check those both out. Please write comments in the comments below if you guys have any more questions. I'm going to be doing another Getting to Know Me video probably in the next month or 2. So rack up the questions and I will get to them. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it, and thanks for everything again. Peace and love. I'm out.